Good morning, ma'am. In today's class, we will start a new chapter. Actually, in previous class, we have completed the amines. Okay, what are the different things present in that amines? What are the different topics? Even after completion of the amines, we have diazonium salts. Everything we have seen in previous chapter. Okay, prepare well. Don't forget. Now we are going to start new chapter, and that chapter name is polymers. Just by seeing the name itself, we can split that polymers into two units, ma. Poly plus mer. Poly means many. Poly means many. Mer means units. Poly means many. Mer means units. Small units. They will be combined to form like a giant molecule. That giant molecule is called polymer. Okay, nowadays we are using plastic, polythene covers, polythene bags, okay, plastic covers. These are all plastic chairs, everything, whatever it is related to plastic or any other thing, PVC, polyvinyl chloride, name itself it is containing that poly, many, okay, like that various components are there, they are going to replace metals in our day-to-day life, okay, these are all coming under the category polymers. What is meant by polymer? Poly means many plus mer. Mer is unit. For example, we will say generally polythene bag. What is that polythene bag? We know ethene. Ethene formula CH2 double bond CH2. Molecular formula C2H4. That is one unit. Polyethene. What is the unit? Single unit ethene. That units so many. Poly means many. That ethene molecule so many will be combined to form a giant molecule, that is only called polythene bag. Okay, one more, PVC, polyvinyl chloride pipes. Now we are replacing that iron pipes or metal pipes with PVC. Generally if you use metal pipes for for tapping the water, that is getting rust. After some days it will be getting rust. So nowadays, instead of that metal, we are replacing that PVC. PVC is like plastic, it won't be getting rust. Like that, for every alternative, for everything, metal is getting alternated with polymer. Okay, ma? This is polythene, PVC, polyvinyl chloride. Next, those who have spets, while we are going through change in classes, they will say polycarbonate. Correct? Polycarbonate. Next, recently, in Andhra, Vizag, gas was leaked. Okay, ma. LG Polymers gas was leaked. That is styrene gas. Okay. Polystyrene. Like that one polymer is there. Styrene is monomer. Polystyrene is polymer. Like that, poly means many, mer means unit. This is introduction about these polymers. Now, immediately we will go through classification of these polymers. Okay, totally we have 5 classifications. Those classifications we will consider in this class. Let us see. First, classification based on source. Polymers are classified depending on source. Okay. Under this category, we have 3 types. A, natural polymer. B, synthetic polymer. C, semi-synthetic polymer. First classification. First everything, actually this polymers classification, so many types are there depending on the properties. Okay. Now under this first classification we are going to see classification based on source. From which source we are going to get that polymer depending on the classification was done. Totally how many types of polymers we have under this category? Totally we have 3 types of polymers. Those are natural polymer, synthetic polymer and semi-synthetic polymer. This one easily we can see. Natural polymer, naturally occurring polymers. We are not preparing anything. Already naturally they are present. For example, starch. Our food material containing rice containing starch is the main component, correct? The starch is nothing but polymer. Next, cellulose present in trees. That is nothing but polymer. These are natural occurring. Actually by seeds like that it is grown. Okay, even plants like that. We are not preparing artificially. The polymers which are not prepared artificially are called natural polymers, which are present naturally. Example for this one, starch, cellulose. Next, synthetic polymer. Synthetic itself, it is telling that man-made polymer. The polymer which is made by man, human, artificially, is called synthetic polymer. Under synthetic polymer, example, nylon 6,6, nylon 6, polythene. These are all coming under this category. These are all man-made. Actually, natural polymers are there. Those are not like plastics. Man-made polymers are plastics. Okay. Now semi-synthetic. Semi-synthetic means man-made polymer is there that is mixed with natural polymer to get semi-synthetic. Semi means half synthetic, half natural. Okay. Example, cellulose nitrate. Cellulose is natural, nitrate is artificial. Both are mixed to form a polymer that is called cellulose nitrate. That cellulose nitrate is coming under semi-synthetic polymer. This is first classification. Classification based on source. Okay, depending on source, this classification was done into three types: natural polymer, synthetic polymer and semi-synthetic polymer. Okay, are you clear now? We will go to next classification. Second classification, classification based on structure of polymer. First classification, classification based on source. Second classification, classification based on structure of polymer. How the structure of polymer is present, depending on that, polymers are classified into three types. A, straight chain polymer. B, branched chain polymer. C, cross-linked polymer. A, straight chain polymer. B, branched chain polymer. Cross-linked polymer. Okay, this is also simple one only. See carefully. The straight chain polymer contains, without any branches, straight chains, linear chains will be present. Between one chain and another chain, some intermolecular forces will be there. So one chain and another chain will be present closely. Like that, it will give complete structure. But there is no branch present in the straight chain. This type of chains are called straight chain polymers. These are coming under with the example polythene. Simply that ethene molecule and ethene molecule like that, it will be continued straightly without any branch. Okay, this is called linear polymers or straight chain polymers. Next, this is the structure of polymer. Depending on the structure of polymer, this is classified into three types: straight chain polymer, branched chain. Next, coming to branched chain polymer. Straight chain is there, but meanwhile some branches are also present. Like this, but Between one chain and another chain, there is no linkage. One chain and another chain. Linkage means direct covalent bond is not there present. It is intermolecular force will be present. Directly this chain and this chain will not be involved in linkage. Okay, this is called branched chain polymer. Okay, ma? This is structure. Branched chain polymer example, polystyrene. Branched chain polymer example, polystyrene. Okay, next coming with cross-linked polymer. Cross-linked polymer in which this straight chain, there is a linkage between one chain and another chain. Linkages will be happen, cross-linked. Between one chain and another chain, there is a link. Okay, like that they will be constituted. That is called cross-linked polymers. Cross-linked polymers example, bakelite. Now I am telling only example. Ma. In coming classes, we will see what about the structures of these polystyrene, polythene, bakelite. Every structure also we will see. Structure, these are all simple structures only. Here important thing is reactions won't be there in these polymers like previous organic reactions. Ma. Chemical properties, preparations, all these things won't be there. Structures only we have to understand carefully. Then it is easy for us. This is easy chapter only, no problem. This is second classification. Classification based on structure of polymer. Depending on structure of polymer, polymers are classified into three types: straight chain, branched chain polymer, and cross-linked polymer. And I wrote the structures also, even examples also. Please remember carefully. Okay, I hope you understood. Next, we will go to third classification. Next, coming under third classification, classification based on mode of polymerization undergone. Classification based on mode of polymerization undergone. First classification depending on source. Second classification depending on structure of polymer. Third one based on mode of polymerization undergone. Depending on this mode of polymerization undergone, polymers are classified into two types only. First one, A, addition polymer. B, condensation polymer. A, addition polymer, and B, condensation polymer. Simple one, no problem. Now, simply by seeing the heading itself, we can understand. First, I will go through addition polymer. After that, I will erase and I will write that condensation polymer. See. First, addition polymer example, polythene. Addition, simply one molecule and another molecule will be added. One more molecule will be added. One more molecule will be added. Like the chain will be continued. Okay, that is addition. Generally, addition reactions will be undergone by unsaturated compounds. They should contain double bonds and triple bonds. Already we know. Alkanes won't undergo addition reactions. They will undergo substitutions. Correct? In previous topics we have seen. Here, to undergo this addition polymerization, definitely that compound must contain double bonds. That's why automatically we have seen polythene. Polythene contains double bonds. Na? Let us see. Polythene. In that, what is the monomer? Na? Monomer means single unit. Mono one unit. Single unit is ethene. CH2 double bond CH2. Between carbon and carbon double bond is there, na? In which double bond, this pi bond is broken homolytically. Homolytical means equal cleavage will be happened. To get one carbon, one electron, one carbon, one electron. To get CH2 free radical, single bond, CH2 free radical. Same way, One more molecule, CH2 free radical, single double bond, CH2. CH2 double bond CH2, no free radical. This bond also will be undergone homolytic cleavage. We will get CH2 1 electron, CH2 1 electron. Now what is going to be happen between this one molecule and another molecule? This carbon will undergo bond. See, one ethene molecule and another ethene molecule involved in linkage. There is no subunit came out. Simply they have undergone A plus B gives rise to AB like that. Next, this is free only, na? One more molecule will be ready. Here, this is free, na? One more molecule will be ready. Same, it will be continued. This one will be continued like this. We will write N here. That's why this is simply represented as CH2 single bond CH2 continuation N, because how many ethene molecules are reacted we cannot say. That's why N molecules we are showing. This is representation of polythene. In this polythene, while it is undergoing reaction, what is happening? One molecule is getting added with another molecule. That polymerization is called addition polymerization. That process is called addition polymerization. The polymer which is formed by this addition polymerization is called addition polymer. The polymer which is formed by the addition polymerization is called addition polymer. Okay, ma? So this is third classification. Once I am recalling, first classification depending on source, second classification depending on structure of polymer present, third classification based on mode of polymerization undergone. Two types, addition polymerization, actually addition polymer. Addition polymer is formed by the process called addition polymerization. Condensation polymer is the polymer which is formed by the process called condensation polymerization. Okay, this process is called addition polymerization. I hope you understood this one, ma? Same way, polythene, polystyrene. Styrene also contain double bond. Okay, polyvinyl chloride also contain double bond. These are all coming under this category, addition polymers. There is no subunit come out. Okay, simply one molecule and another molecule, A plus B, gives rise to AB, like that. No further byproducts will be formed. This is called addition polymer. Now we will go through next B, that is condensation polymer. B, condensation polymer. Coming under this condensation polymer, one example, nylon 6,6. In nylon 6,6, monomers are CH2, first, what about the name of this compound? Okay, how many carbons we have? 6 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbons we have. Okay, 6 carbons parent chain, root word hex. Amine groups are present on which positions? First position and sixth position. 1, 6. 1, 6. All are single bonds, na? Ane, hexane, diamine. 2 NH2 groups are there, diamine. What is the name of this compound? 1, 6, hexane, diamine. But one more name is there, common name, that is R. This is IUPAC name. In polymers chapter, instead of this IUPAC names, common names are familiar. So we have to be habituated to common name while this polymers chapter is going on. Okay, ma? Now let us see. Hexamethylene. Hexamethylene diamine. In organic chemistry, CH2 group is called methylene group. CH2 group is called methylene group. Like that, how many methylene groups are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hex. Hexamethylene diamine. Numbers are not mentioned. This is common name. Okay. Hexamethylene diamine. This is common name. This is familiar when compared to hexane 1,6 diamine. Okay. Now, this is the explanation of this one monomer present in nylon 6,6. Now, simply I am writing this compound as same compound only. I am writing in a simple way, that is NH2 CH2 6 NH2. If you see 6 like this, continuation will be there, chain. Okay, next reacts with COOH CH2 4 COOH CH2 4 sorry, here CH2 6. Like this we have seen CH2 4. What is the meaning here? COOH, CH2, 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 COOH. Okay. Here, what is the name of this compound? Hexane 1,6 dioic acid. Hexane 1,6 dioic acid. Correct. That is IUPAC name. But it is not familiar with IUPAC name. It is familiar with the common name adipic acid. What is the name? Adipic acid. Here what is the name? Hexamethylene diamine. These two will undergo reaction in a way that hydrogen present in NH2 group and OH group present in COOH will be last out as water. Will be coming out as water. This NH will bond with CO. See, NH, C double bond O, CH2 4, COOH, this continuation CH2 6, NH2. Okay, these two molecules will undergo reaction to form this one by the removal of water. Here this is not simply addition. Along with this derivative, we are getting one small compound like water, NH3, like that we will get. Here we will got water. So while the polymerization is happening, these monomers, while they are combining with each other, okay, they will undergo polymerization in a way that small molecules like water, ammonia will be eliminated. That type of polymerization is called condensation polymerization. Okay, now what is your doubt? Here only two molecules are involved. You have to be clear that this is hexamethylene diamine. Here we have again adipic acid. In that adipic acid, COOH, OH group and H group will be last out as water. It will be continued. After adipic acid, next again hexamethylene diamine. Next, here adipic acid is there. Here hexamethylene diamine. They will undergo reaction, condensation. Again after hexamethylene diamine, again adipic acid. Like that, one after other, alternatively, they will be adjusted to form a big chain compound which is called nylon 6,6. Okay, in nylon 6,6 we have two monomers. Those two monomers are hexamethylene diamine and adipic acid. Hexamethylene diamine contains how many carbons? 6 carbons. Adipic acid contains how many carbons? 4 plus 2, 6. That's why they kept the name nylon 6,6. Nylon 6,6 is the example for condensation polymer. This type of polymerization is called condensation polymerization, and that polymer is called condensation polymer. Did you understand, man? All of you? First one, addition polymer. Simply by addition reaction, it will be formed as polymer. In condensation polymer, definitely byproducts will be like some small molecules like water, NH3 will be evolved, definitely. Okay? This is about third classification. Classification based on mode of polymerization undergone. Okay, two types are there: condensation polymerization and addition polymerization and condensation polymerization. And what about the undergone reaction? All these things we have seen now. So this is about third classification. Are you clear, ma? Next we will continue with next classification. So by this we completed three classifications. First classification, classification based on source. Second classification, classification based on structure of polymer. Third classification, classification based on mode of polymerization undergone. Biology students, if you have remembered, in proteins, between one amino acid and another amino acid, polymerization will, removal of water will be happen, peptide bond. I think in biomolecules you might have learnt. Okay, remember that one? Removal of water will be happened in peptide bond formation, correct? So while the peptide bond formation is happened, water is removed. That is also example for condensation polymerization only. From another side, another amino acid. From another side, another amino acid. Like that, it is formed as big compound. That long chain compound is called protein. Protein is nothing but polymer. Okay, ma? That is example for condensation polymer only. Okay? This is about third classification. Shall I go to next one? Fourth. Fourth one. Classification based on type of interparticular force, intermolecular force present. Classification based on type of intermolecular force present. Okay, under this classification we have four types of polymers. Those are first one, elastomers. Second one, just 1 second, Third one, thermoplastics. Fourth one, thermosetting plastic. Second one, elastomers, thermoplastics, thermosetting plastics. Fibers, ma'am. Okay. Okay, see all of you. Classification based on type of intermolecular force present. Depending on type of intermolecular force present, polymers are classified into four types. Those are elastomers, fibers, thermosetting, thermoplastics. Okay, now coming under elastomers. In elastomers, there is one linear chain, straight chain, and one more linear chain, straight chain. Between them, small cross-linked bonds will be there. Okay, because of the cross-linked bonds, that is getting like a spring structure action, in which if you apply compress, means if you apply pressure, because of that weak means actually, see, this is one chain and this is another chain. If they are very closely packed like this, we cannot compress them, correct? Now, these are present in a way that here one bond is present, here one bond is present. Like this, some gap is present in between this. Then, if you apply pressure on this hand, these are compressed, like spring-like action. Again, if you relieve that pressure, again it will be coming to normal position. Okay, continuously if you do like that, these bonds are getting broken and complete destroy will be happen. Like rubber band. These are all contained by this type of forces only. Elastomers. Okay, Buna N, Buna S, Buna N, Buna S. These are coming under elastomers. These are examples for elastomers. I hope you understood. Elastomers contain straight chains. In between them, some branched chains will be there, in which because of that they will be getting some spring-like action. If you compress them, they will be coming closer, and again if you relieve that pressure, they will be coming to normal position. Because of that, elastic nature will be contained by these elastomers. That's why these are kept as heading elastomers. Okay, rubber bands, these are all coming under this type of category. Buoy and buoys are coming under rubbers, elastomers. Next, coming under fibers. In fibers, between one layer and another layer, one chain and another chain, strong forces will be present like hydrogen bonds. Strong forces will be present like hydrogen bonds, in which because of that very closely packed with each other, and they will be getting crystalline structure. Okay, ma. Then because of this crystalline structure, we cannot compress them, but they are durable, means tensile. They have tensile strength. Examples for these fibers are nylon 6, 6. These are examples for fibers. And which type of forces are present? Strong forces are present between one chain and another chain. Okay, because of that they are closely packed with each other. This is about fibers. Next, coming to thermoplastics. In thermoplastics, intermolecular forces present in thermoplastics are in between the intermolecular forces of elastomers and fibers. In elastomers, somewhat weak. In fibers, somewhat strong. Fibers somewhat strong, elastomers somewhat weak. In between them, moderately, intermolecular forces will be present in thermoplastics. That is intermolecular force. Okay. Now, these thermoplastics, at once after usage, again they can be remolded into another shape. We can reuse the thermoplastics. At once if you use the, suppose, at once if you use the plastic, okay, again we can remold into another shape. That is called thermoplastic. Okay, so we can reuse them. Coming under this category, LDP, low density polythene, polystyrene. These are all examples coming under thermoplastics. We can remold and reuse them. Okay, and intermolecular forces present in thermoplastics are in between the forces in between the forces of elastomers and fibers. Okay, ma? This is about thermoplastics. Next, finally, thermosetting plastics. Thermosetting plastics, intermolecular forces will be contained by some cross-linked only, but if you heat that one to remold, those cross-linkages will be damaged and they will lose the shape. That's why they cannot be resettled into another shape by remolding. So we cannot remold them. Thermosetting plastics, we cannot remold them. Till how much extent we can use that one and we can throw. It is not possible to remold because these cross-linkages which are present in these thermosetting plastics, if you heat them, because to mold them definitely we have to heat. Okay, when we heat them, those cross-links are getting highly damaged and it is not going to be remolded into another shape. Okay, it is going to be damaged. These are called thermosetting plastics, and thermosetting plastics example bakelite. They cannot be remolded into another type. Okay, so these are the 4 types of polymers depending on type of intermolecular force present. One more time, classification based on type of intermolecular force present. Under these 4 types are there: elastomers, fibers, thermoplastics, and thermosetting plastics. Okay, under this elastomers, what are the examples we have? Buoy S and Buoy N. Under this thermoplastics, we have LDP, polystyrene, fibers, nylon 6, nylon 6, thermosetting plastic, bakelite. These are the examples. First classification depending on source. Second classification based on type of polymer present. Third classification depending on mode of polymerization undergone. Fourth classification based on type of intermolecular force present. And fifth classification, this fifth classification is not required actually, but anyways they give. This is depending on chain growth and step growth. This is coming under addition polymerization and condensation polymerization only. Okay, see once. Actually, addition polymerization is undergone. Simply one molecule is added with another molecule to form like a chain growth. Okay, at the time of condensation polymerization, one molecule and another molecule like a knotting it will be. This is exactly joined in the end. Condensation polymerization, it is like knotting, like overlapping, like that. This is step growth, this is chain growth. This already category came under condensation polymerization and addition reaction. That is only this one. Again they give unnecessary. This is fifth one. Depending on chain growth and step growth classification, polymers are classified into two types: chain growth polymer and step growth polymer. Chain growth polymer is coming under addition polymer. No? Step growth polymer is coming under condensation polymer. Okay, this is about classifications. 5 types of classifications are completed under polymers. First classification depending on source. Second classification depending on structure. Third classification depending on mode of polymerization. Fourth classification depending on intermolecular force present. And fifth classification depending on chain growth and step growth polymerization. Okay, this is about classifications. Next we will go through next concept. Types of polymerization. There are two types of polymerization. First one, addition polymerization, and second one, condensation polymerization. There are two types of polymerization. First one addition polymerization and second one condensation. Already we know what is this addition polymerization and condensation polymerization. Here directly we have entered into reactions. Reaction means not major reactions, simple one only. Here after completion of the classifications, we have entered into these types of polymerization reactions. Reactions are only two types. Those are addition polymerization and condensation polymerization. Okay, now let us see addition polymerization. Okay, this addition polymerization, already we have seen the example. Formation of polyethene. Polyethene. Poly means many, ethene means monomer. Those ethene molecules are combined so many in a straight chain and it is formed as polyethene. Okay, but here, okay, under this addition polymerization, we have so many types: polyethene, polystyrene, polyvinyl chloride. Formation of these polymers are coming under this addition polymerization only. Now we have to see mainly the mechanism also. Okay, now under this addition polymerization mechanism. Mechanism of this addition polymerization is involved with 3 steps. Mechanism of this polymerization is involved with 3 steps. Those are: first one, chain initiation; second one, chain propagation; and third one, chain termination. Do one thing, under addition polymerization, you can write the examples. Those are polystyrene, polyvinyl chloride, polyethene. These examples you can write. After completion of writing that examples, keep the side heading mechanism. Okay, now write the point. Mechanism of this polymerization, addition polymerization, is involved with 3 steps. Those 3 steps are chain initiation, second one, chain propagation, and third one, chain termination. Initiation means that substance will be initiated by other. Okay. Second one, propagation. It is going on. Propagation means that chain reaction is going on. Termination. Finally, it will be ended. Okay. Now we will see initiation. Let us see that one. Under this chain initiation, we will use one initiator. we will use one initiator. Generally that initiator is peroxide. Initiator means it will initiate the reaction. That is called initiator. Generally that initiator is peroxide. Peroxide definitely contains O single bond O. Correct? So example for this initiator we are going to take, that is benzoyl peroxide. Structure of this benzoyl peroxide is C6H5, C double bond O, O single bond O, C double bond O, C6H5. Please observe, in between C double bond O and C double bond O, we have two oxygens. This is peroxide. If you write C6H5, C double bond O, O, C double bond O, C6H5, this is benzoic anhydride. Benzoic anhydride. That is the difference. Peroxide means definitely we contain O single bond O. Anhydride, between C double bond O and C double bond O we have O. Previously, so many days onwards I am telling general formula of anhydride and general formula of peroxide. Or actually peroxide means no need of C double bond O. O, this bond must be there. Peroxide means O single bond O must be there. Those are all peroxides. No need to be C double bond O. But in anhydride, definitely C double bond O, O C double bond O. This is anhydride. General formula R C double bond O, O C double bond O R. This is anhydride general formula. Peroxide general formula is nothing but it should contain O single bond O. Is it clear? Now this is like actually reaction is not at all started. Simply I wrote the structure of this initiator. That initiator we are taking peroxide. Okay ma? Chain initiation reaction we will see in next class. What is the mechanism? Reaction wise we will see. That is simple reaction only. Till now what are the reactions we have studied? When compared to that, these reactions are very simple. This is only one reaction we have. Okay ma? So in today's class we have gone through what are the classifications and types of polymerization. We started with addition polymerization. Under this we started with mechanism. Next class I will go through this mechanism reactions. Okay ma? This is about today's class. All of you, I hope you understood this class. Any doubts are there, just you can just send me through WhatsApp. Okay ma? Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you all.